Welcome to Gifting Brands Live, where we try to help everyone get to know different nonprofits and the amazing things they're doing. And we're so glad you all are here, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn. Thank you. We've had a little technical difficulty, but we're back. And I'm Jeannie Barsom, and I'm the founder and CEO of Gifting Brands. And I'm here with Shannon Rizzo, the amazing founder of Boundless Foundation. So today we're going to do something really fun. Obviously, we'd love for you all to hear about the great work that Boundless Foundation is doing and how you can get involved. But we have amazing brands who have donated jewelry and apparel for a live auction that we're doing. And today's the last day. It's going really well. We have some amazing items, and we're actually going to show those items to you. In fact, if you can, there's a little link up in the left-hand corner that says auction sign up. Just hold your camera right there, and you can go in and sign up for the auction as well while we're streaming. So Shannon, please, please tell everyone what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you got started. I mean, it's such an amazing story. You're such an amazing person, and the work that you're doing to help these kids in remote villages is just hard to believe. So take it away.
Thank you, Jeannie. I'm so appreciative of all of the brands that have donated for this auction and for Richie Kendall for setting everything up, and for Gifting Brands. Your team has been amazing. So thank you, first of all, for all the work you've done behind the scenes to get to this point today on the last day of our auction. I would love to tell everyone more about Boundless Foundation and how I got started and the impact that we've made in under 2 years. Basically, we build schools to end generational cycles of poverty through education and fulfilling basic needs for children from kinder all the way to ninth grade. In the last 2 years, we're on our 10th school, it is incredibly hard to believe. And it wouldn't be possible unless we were so strategic with our money and with our partners and with the communities that we chose to be able to help, and that the communities that really chose us, I should say. And so what we have been doing over the last couple of years is having a collaborative energy with brands, with individual donors, and with companies that really want to get involved and make a difference in the world by creating these safe havens for children to learn every day in a community where they didn't have an education before, because there was no such thing as a school. There was basically the scarcity of trying to find a meal every day. And much of the land around them is farm area. So these villages are in the most remote places. There is no internet. There is just the basic, farming and agriculture and that sort of thing. So we're introducing the concept of being able to attract more villages to a certain village. And so when we put the schools in these certain locations, we're very strategic about how many children can actually be impacted. And because those schools are going to be there for so long, there's now generational cycles that will be broken of the poverty that they've experienced without having outside resources. And so we have built schools. I think we're at 7 in Honduras. We've built 1 in Guatemala. We are building 1 in Cameroon. And just this last week, an award was granted to a smaller organization that is helping put a well in Nepal. And so not only are we providing an education for the children, but we're also providing a warm meal every day, safe water, and sanitation. And these types of things, you wouldn't think that they are so necessary for the ability to be able to learn. But when children are coming to these locations, sometimes they're in a shack that's just a little, and when I say a hovel, like they're tiny little buildings that are put together with wood. And you can see the outside. There are animals that are inside learning with them. They're sitting on dirt floors. They don't have desks, and they barely have 1 meal a day. And so this injection of resources, they're having clean water, they're having food, and they're able to sit and be able to concentrate and to focus on what they're hearing and what they're participating in. And the beautiful thing is the teachers are excited, because now they have something to have pride. They can have their own desk. They can prepare their lessons and not be scattered trying to wonder, if all the children are going to make it to the classroom that day. So what we've done is we've cut out all of the worry and the scarcity and provided an energy where the children can come and be and then play and learn to dream. And we do this with wonderful partners like you. We have in partner in country partners. And so we are not there ourselves as Boundless representatives building, but we have partnered with beautiful people in the countries where we're building, because they know the communities best. They know what the needs are that are there, and we don't. And so we never want to come into an area where we just think we know what's going on. We always listen and are using our resources for what they tell us that they need. And so it's just a beautiful connection of donors and need, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's amazing. One of our board members, because Gifting Brands is also a nonprofit, but our purpose is to partner with brands to donate excess inventory or new inventory so that we can sell it and then raise money for charities like yours. And one of my dear friends who's a board member, one of the things that he says, he actually went through one of the charities that we support called A Better Chance. He went through it years ago and ended up becoming an executive. He actually was my boss when he was the CEO of Zales. And he said that when you change one child's life, you change a generation. So talk to me about how, with what you're doing, changes the rest of the family as well.
Oh, I have tingles. This is just, it is so incredible when you see this, because when you see the first generation child go to school, what happens is there is an envelope of hope that opens within that child. And the parent has such pride seeing their child go to school and sit in a classroom and get the education that they did not get. And what we have seen in some of our schools as well, our very first model, as for an example, the adults were so enthusiastic about being able to have the children in school every day. They were really incorporating their whole family into this learning experience. And the children were coming home so excited. The parents asked if they could start to learn in the evenings when the children weren't in school. And so the mothers and the small babies would come in at night and would start to learn as well to read and write. And so you have already two generations with the child and the parent. And then the littlest one is going to be the next generation as well. But there are elders in the community that we saw that really had, in the beginning, when we would go into these villages, of course, I'm sure people have made it there, but they never stuck around to actually do anything or to be there for the long term. And that's something that we really pride ourselves at Boundless, is being in it for the long haul. And so we're also members of the community. We are in touch with them monthly or quarterly and check in on everyone. We see how the progress is going. But really, the elders in the community who had a little bit of disbelief are now so open-armed. And so then you have a grandmother and a mother and a child, or two children, two generations of children that are in the same home that are sharing this experience. And we know that that's going to keep going, because the children now want to be teachers. They want to be doctors. They want to be nurses and chefs and dancers and anything you can possibly imagine. When we go into the schools, we ask the children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And a lot of them can't even conceive the idea, because they can't think any further than today. What am I doing right now? I'm following my mom around or my father around, and I'm doing whatever I can to help around the house or to help take care of my siblings. But after being in the school for just a few months, they're drawing pictures of ballerinas or, television show hosts, or, they want to be on the news. They have aspirations that are beyond what they could have ever imagined.
That's amazing. I just love those stories. And I know we'll definitely come back to that. But what we'd love to do is show everyone some of the items from the auction. So we're going to switch screens here. And we're going to show you some of the amazing auction items. And I'll talk a little bit about what they are, about the brands that have donated. And the auction closes tonight. I believe it's at midnight Eastern time. Is that correct, Shannon?
It is 11:59.
So, yeah, and so make sure you still have a few hours, multiple hours to still shop. And the way we built this is every item there will be 5 winners. So if, let's say, this Kendra Scott 3-piece set, you have 5 people who have bid on it, all 5 people win. And if, let's say, there were 6 people and they were the lowest bid, then that goes as a donation straight to Boundless Foundation. So it's a win-win for everyone. You get to feel good about donating, and whether you win or not, it's going to make a difference. But because there are 5 items per bid, most likely you will win, and you'll be able to know whether or not you're a winner along the way. So so the first item is Kendra Scott, and this was donated. Actually, I'm going to show you the next picture as well, because it comes in silver and gold. It's a 3-piece set in either silver or gold. It's a cuff. You can wear each of these cuffs individually, or you can wear them together, and they actually look really great stacked with other jewelry. Like if you have stretch bracelets, or if you're a person who likes to wear multiple bracelets, this is the best. This is amazing. So the starting bid on that is only $30. Next, we've got
Jeannie, we also have several bids on the silver already, and I think the gold one already has a bid as well. They are so beautiful, and I have them here too. You can see them. The thing I loved about these is that they are expandable, and so they fit any wrist. And you can see them right here all together. And I would definitely stack these with at least 6 more bracelets, because I think that that's just the bohemian look that I love.
All right, I'll go back now to the next item. So the next thing, next one from there. So we're doing something called mystery boxes. At Gifting Brands, we actually have these on our website as well. And what we do is we do these amazing mystery boxes. This happens to be 4-piece mystery box with 4 pair of earrings. Earrings is one of our, favorite items, our best sellers. And so we have brands from Christy Jean, Sophie Harper, Astor, Alan Co., Perry Street, Rudiment. There might be some Kendra Scott thrown in there as well. And the value of each of these boxes, so you get 4 pair. The value is $200 or more, and the starting bid is only $50. And so, as you can see, Shannon's wearing one of my favorite pair. Here, let me give you a little close up there. This one's actually from Christy Jean. And believe it or not, that's actually my brand. I started Christy Jean after I retired from the retail industry. 20 years ago, when I was an executive at Gap, I started making jewelry as a hobby. Retail can be high stress, and jewelry making was actually became my hobby. And so afterwards, I started a jewelry company. And about 6 years ago, and then I transitioned. I really wanted to be able to give back. And so I transitioned, and we started Gifting Brands as a nonprofit. So everything I make or donate goes straight to raising money for charity. So I'm thrilled to be able to give back as well as many other brands that we're going to continue to show you. So that 4-piece mystery box comes in gold. It also comes in silver. So here you can see examples of some of the items you will get. This little Huggy set is a sterling silver set with CZs. I think the value of that one's like $70 or $80. But there's a combination. Actually, the earrings you just showed a second ago are the ones that are here at the top, the little silver ones with the hoop.
Yes.
But there's an amazing selection. I believe we set these boxes up so every one is different. So if you buy more than one, you'll get a different set of earrings, and we'll know because we can see who bought them. So if you decide to buy 2, we are able to curate these specifically to you. And one thing I do want to say, you can message me at it's my name, Jeannie Barsom at yahoo.com. If there's something specific you saw on this that you want to make sure is in your mystery box, if you do get a mystery box.
Jeannie, the other thing I love about this is that I love to do my shopping at Christmas time, like right now with these mystery boxes. Then I would buy 2 of them, bid on 2 of them, and then I would have 8 gifts for Christmas with nieces and aunts and cousins and things like that. So that's like a pro tip shopper.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's all high quality. I've been in the retail industry my whole career. My first job was a jewelry buyer more than 20 years ago. So I have, I make sure that the jewelry that you see is very high quality. In fact, the picture you're seeing here is Baccarat. We're so thankful. Baccarat as a brand donated close to little over $1 million of jewelry to us to be able to raise money for charities. They loved what we were doing. They love the charities that we support, and they had extra inventory, and this was a great way for them to be able to give back. So this is sterling silver. The butterfly is a crystal, hand-blown crystal. It's all made in France. The value of this one is $1,200, and the starting bid is only $200. It also comes in clear. So if you bid on this and you want the clear instead of the blue, I'm happy offline to connect with you, and you can connect with me in whatever platform that you're on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or you can send me an email directly. Again, it's jeanniebarsom@yahoo.com. So,
Jeannie, I love this too, because this is actually our logo, the butterfly. And we chose that because it is about transformation, and we're transforming children's and families' lives. And so the one thing I think that's so beautiful about these gorgeous pieces of jewelry is that we're able to wear them and to remember the impact that we're making when we bid. So every time you have, which you're dressing up for the evening and you're putting this beautiful piece on, you can remember when you're wearing, these earrings, that every time you put them on, that you made an impact in more children's lives than you can possibly imagine, and that you're gifting them a future, because most of them wouldn't have had anything if it wasn't for us to come and to be able to present the resources that they need. And so I think that that's what's so beautiful about jewelry, is that it ties you to memories, and the memory of making a future impact is the most beautiful thing I can imagine.
That's awesome. So one of the things that I would love for you to share with everyone is you've got some really amazing stories. I think Edwin was one of the stories that you had told me before. Could you share how, building this school impacted Edwin?
Yes. Okay. So Edwin, when we first met him, was 4 years old, and he had two older brothers. Edwin is currently 6, and he's about the size of what we would say on average is around a 4-year-old child because of the malnutrition. Most of the children that are in these villages are receiving, if they're lucky, their family is able to provide at least one meal a day for them, but some of them aren't eating for several days. And we have a measure of how we can tell that, but because the color of their hair, a lot of the children have really dark brown hair. And when it's orange or has a very light tint to it, we can tell they're not absorbing nutrients or they're not getting nutrients. And so Edwin was one of those children. And particularly through the program that was started before we arrived to build the school, he was able to participate in a program that a wonderful group of women got together and put together called Bread and Fishes. And so they began to give healthy, nutritious meals to the children to get them to come to where the school would be. And so that's kind of how they introduced school, was by feeding the children and kind of bringing them there. And so Edwin had, older brothers in the actual community, but they didn't come to the school. Edwin was the only one that was coming. And so we got to meet him one of the first times, and he's such a character. Like, he's just so full of joy and exuberant energy. And when we first asked him, we asked everyone when we come, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we go around the room and you hear some answers from the children, and we get to Edwin, and he raises his hand, of course, in Spanish, and he says, I want to be me. And I just looked around at how much life is in this child, and given the opportunity now to have an education, to have a warm meal, and to have teachers that love him and are caring for him, in addition to his family who is trying to provide for him, and his brothers that weren't there. They're there for him when he gets home, but nurturing this little boy, in this way is going to amplify the energy that he puts out in the world. And so he'd already figured out, the reason I'm so blown away is he's already figured out he just wants to be himself, whoever that is. And that's what we want to teach in these schools, is that the ability to learn to dream. How can we help them be more of themselves? How can we give them everything that they need and help them be able to sustain that after we're not there anymore, right? And that they can do that for the next generation. So Edwin is much of a character. He's learned how to play Frisbee. He hula hoops now. There's so many different things. And we were able to give the family, we first went there, we gave the children backpacks that my mother actually made for them with their names on it. And we didn't really even understand how much of an impact that was going to make. We thought it would be fun and something that they could use. But the emotional support that they received from having their name on something, most of them have never even seen their name written because they
Wow.
cannot read and write. And so when we gave that to them and they knew it was theirs, like the first instinct they have is to hug us, to like
Wow.
the care and the just the pure love of being appreciated and seen is so beautiful. And we were able to give the families food because one of our partner organizations donated bags of beans and rice for the entire family. And we put that inside the backpack with the school supplies. And when Edwin got his, he basically he missed the backpack completely, ran straight past it, straight to me. And I kneeled down to hug him. And he just hugged me for the longest time. And it was like,
Wow.
just warmed my heart to know that we can do such simple things, that for us going to the store and buying a backpack for our child is not really that big of a deal. You know, they're getting more and more expensive, but when you give something like that to a child who's never had their own space, their own bed, their own backpack,
Yeah.
it's a huge impact in their life. And so in addition to all the things that they're getting there at the school, they're also getting this type of personalized care and attention.
Oh, that's amazing. So I'm going to switch over again and we're going to go to look at additional products that you can see
Yeah.
on the auction. So the next item is it's searching. So this is our one of our favorites. It's a 6-piece mystery box in gold where you'll get a combination of necklaces, bracelets, earrings, all genuine gemstones like abalone or amethyst or quartz or pearl or druzy, depending on. So, for example, the 2 items below in the pictures are druzy. And they include different brands like Kate Spade or Slate, and Ava Rose, Aster, and more. And those brands were actually donated by Rocksbox. So if you don't know who Rocksbox is, they're a subscription-based jewelry company that carries lots of big brands. And what they do is it's a monthly subscription where you can, I guess, for a certain amount of, a low price, you can get 3 or 4 items sent to you every single month, and you can wear new jewelry all the time, or you can buy it directly from them. So we're really thrilled. They're actually owned by Signet Corporation, which owns Kay, Jared, Zales, and other brands. So we're so thrilled for Signet for really partnering with us and donating all this amazing jewelry. The top 2 photos are examples of the jewelry that they have donated to us. So we're thrilled about this selection in this mystery box. And then it also comes in silver. So we did a gold and a silver version of this. And again, the starting bid is only $75, and you will be amazed at the quality and craftsmanship that you will get out of this mystery box. There's an example of one of the pieces that Shannon's showing there. And then the next one, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. So the next one's actually from Ann Taylor Loft. They donated some jewelry to us. This is actually what you see is in the box. This pair of earrings and this charm. It's a charm necklace, which is kind of a V-neck, which is just beautiful. The earrings, what I love about them though, you can take these charms off and you can wear it just as a hoop. Or let's say you only want the pink charm, you can wear just the pink charm. So it's adjustable. You can wear it multiple different ways. And the starting bid is only $20. So, and it's really good quality. I actually have a pair myself and love it. Same thing with the necklace. It's high quality. It will last a very, very long time. Oh, somebody just said beautiful stuff. Thank you for that. It doesn't show your name, but really, really appreciate that. And I'll show a couple more. So the next one is actually, this is the only men's product. Sorry, guys. We do not have a lot of men's jewelry, but I wanted to make sure and include this. And this ring, honestly is unisex. It can go, you can wear, a man or a woman can wear it. But the sizes that they sent us are really more on the men's sizes. So it's a size 9.5 or 10.5. And again, if I will connect with whoever bids on this and find out the size that they want. So we make sure you get your size.
I wanted to say this too, Jeannie. I think that too, because I have one of the baccarat rings that is so gorgeous here with me, and I wanted to say for the men out there, or for the women who are purchasing for the men for this particular onyx, that the weight of it is very beautiful and heavy, and it feels like a substantial piece of jewelry. So this is not the ring that you're showing, but I mean, it really is a beautiful quality.
It's a nice size stone. And size wise, I believe it's a 1/2 inch round, but it's substantial in the amount of stone that they put in it. So, and the next one is actually a Gifting Brands gift card. So we have 2 gift cards in the mix. There's a $100 one and a $50 one. And here you can buy apparel as well. We have apparel on our website. All of the proceeds go back to charity, and you can pick what you want. So if you're not sure what you want, buy it, donate the gift card, and go shop at giftingbrands.com, and you can see whatever it is you would like to buy. You get to buy it with your gift certificate. So again, there are 5 of them. So if you're just joining and you haven't heard that, 5 winners will win each of these items. Okay, moving on. We also have apparel from Cabana Life. We have a gift card, a $50 gift card to their website. And we've paired it up with these amazing tassel earrings. And I know, Shannon, put them close to your ears so you can see. They're definitely a bold statement, but they're absolutely gorgeous. It is one of my best sellers. Online, we actually carried in multiple colors. But the white just was so perfect for summer. So that's why we chose to include the white. So you get a $50 gift card and the Christy Jean earrings. So Shannon, tell me a little bit more about, you had mentioned that organizations can get involved and actually build a whole school. So I'd love for you to talk about some of the ways that people can get involved, whether they're individuals or organizations.
Love that. Yes. So, of course, being in this auction and bidding on any of these items, you are helping build schools right now with this auction. And the other ways that people have gotten involved in the past is they may be an organization that chooses to engage their employees. And so they would take up a collection at work and be able to fund that way. They've given away free parking spaces, for instance, for anyone who would donate towards the cause, or, anyone can wear shorts for the month if they want to, if they donate. And so it makes it really fun and engaging and interactive. And then some companies have taken it even a step further and are planning to have their employees go on one of the inaugurations. So when the school is open, they will take a trip with some of the employees who want to engage even further and go and meet the children and the families that they are helping. And I think that's really the bond that's there. But for so many, that's not possible. And so one thing that we do during that engagement is we're always giving updates on how it's going for the build, all the way from breaking ground, from the ribbon cutting all the way through the middle stages, and then the completion of the school, and then giving updates on how the children are actually doing. For instance, we just gave one of our biggest, I'll say, has built 3 schools with us. Several people have built a couple of schools with us. And they just had their audience so engaged that they were able to keep going. So they raised, thousands of dollars during their own fundraising event, and then donated it to Boundless Foundation. And we're able to build schools, and we're getting now stories of the health improving in the schools because of sanitation. So one of the villages was really having a hard time with attendance for the children, and it was because they were sick. They were in unsanitary conditions. The food was not it was not safe for them because of the water. And now that the school is there, not only has the attendance been perfect, but also they have expected a 50% increase in children coming from other villages to this school, because the parents have faith that they're going to be safe when they're there, and they weren't sending them before because of that. So for people who want to get involved, you can do straight donations right here. If you're not really interested in the jewelry, you can bid on the jewelry and take home something for your donation. Or you can get involved with us by just contacting me. I'm on Instagram at Boundless Foundation. We also have a website, ourboundlessfoundation.org, and that's where you can contact me directly, and I can work with you on whatever experience it is that you would like to take home. some people don't want the full responsibility of building an entire school, but they do have a budget for gifting in their corporation. And we have people who want to sponsor us monthly that will write checks monthly, and it just comes to us and we give them updates. So there's a bounty of ways for all of it, because we want you to feel your heart expand throughout this experience.
That's amazing. So we're going to now switch over and go to a few more items. Not sure we'll get through all of them, but we'll do our best. I know everyone's time is precious. So the next one is, we've done this before. These are our Baccarat mystery boxes. So as I said, Baccarat, if you don't know who they are, they're a luxury jewelry company, but they're a luxury crystal company. Their main business is really doing like gorgeous, very, very expensive crystal chandeliers, bar glasses. They even do bottles for, they do all kinds of like decanters and things like that. But they donated, as I said, over $1 million of jewelry, and they said, go raise money for charities. Like it's just amazing. Some of the interesting things is like this pink ring here. This ring is their pear Marie Helene ring. We have it in, I believe, 6 colors. It is 18 karat gold and sells for $1,200. The $150 starting bid doesn't even cover the cost of what the gold would cost by itself. I mean, the gold, I believe, is worth close to $500 alone just on that ring. So the way we've done this mystery box, and you'll see a 4-piece mystery box as well, we've put it as a size 6.5. So if you choose this, you can get one of these rings in a size 6.5. But as I said before, if you want a different size, I'll contact you if you're the winner, I'll contact you ahead of time and find out your ring size. So if you wanted, we have sizes 4.5 up to size 7.5. So happy to do that to make sure that you get what you want. And the product is amazing. Here's some other additional pictures of some of the items that we have. Also, you're welcome to go to giftingbrands.com, which is our website, and you're welcome to actually just see what we have and get excited about it. And if you see something specific you'd love to have in your mystery box, again, people email me all the time and say, I want a mystery box, but I really want to make sure that this item is in it. So I'm happy to do that as well. We're happy to help with that.
That's so, like, I love the fact that it can be curated. Yeah, it could be a mystery box.
Exactly. So we also included just the single item. So for example, the starting bid, this is one of the crystal rings, the $1,200 rings. This is a clear crystal, which is one of our best sellers. And then we also have it in, I believe we put in the red, actually that's later. Here's another set. This one is not a mystery box. This is actually a matching set. It's the sterling silver ring and the sterling silver necklace. This is a gorgeous crystal, and you get both pieces, and the starting value is $860. So it was $860. The starting bid is only $100. So this has been a really great piece on our website as well. I'm going to just show a couple more. I think, this one is actually donated by Sterling Jewelers, which is owned by Signet Jewelers. These are lab created diamond studs. I think you're wearing them. So I'm going to, actually, we'll show that once we'll finish this and then you can show it. These are true. They're actually diamonds, but they're created in a lab. So they have the same properties as a diamond. The whole lab created diamond trend is really growing. My daughter is actually a buyer for K Jewelers, and she does sell some of the lab created as well, and it's growing very fast. This value is $300. It's sterling silver with the lab created diamonds, and the starting bid is only $50. So I'm going to switch over, Shannon, and you can actually, oops, wrong picture. You can show those a little closer. I think people can see the size of them. So those are just gorgeous. It's hard to see up close, but you can actually see them much better when you go to the auction. So again, if you're just joining and you haven't clicked on the sign up for the auction, you can click on the QR code above my head, I believe, and
Yeah.
go in and see the auction items for yourself.
Mhm.
So, Shannon, what would you like the audience to know about Boundless? And actually, I would love to know why you started it. Like, how did you get involved in this, and why did you start it? Because starting a nonprofit is hard. Starting a nonprofit in another country where you don't live is even harder. So, what drove you to do that?
Well, I have to say that it was, I've always been in service. I mean, even since I was a child, I can remember being without, and I can remember how it affected me and impacted me growing up. And if you've listened to any of the stories that we've told in our previous live, like I've been in school and have been, I think I was in 17 schools before I graduated high school because we were constantly moving so that my mom could upgrade our life. She worked really hard to pull us out of a situation that was, less than desirable, and put me into better schools because she knew that was the way that I would achieve what needed to be achieved to not have to go back to where we were. And I've been a traveler and adventurous, and so after I became, like you said, successful enough that you could give more than what you had that you needed for yourself. When I was traveling, I always found myself in developing countries. I didn't even know at the time why I was drawn to them, and I would not even be at the places like the resort or the hotel. I would be in the worst neighborhoods. I would want to be with the people that were struggling, and I couldn't really kind of figure out what that was, but it really kind of felt at home to me. I felt completely normal and natural in that environment. But what I saw was a lot different than when I was in the neighborhoods like that when I was a child. I saw it with an adult lens, and I saw the children playing in the street when they should be in school, and I saw how hard it was for the mothers who were on the side of the street trying to sell fruit or jewelry or something that they made with their hands from the indigenous materials from trees. And it really hit me hard when I would be staying in a five-star hotel and I'm thinking like, they're not even able to provide for their families, and here I am vacationing in a spot. So let me go and let me connect deeply with the people that are there, and just become, entrenched in what it is that their life is like. And what I found out by talking to them is that they just got up every day and did what they knew to do. Like that was it. It wasn't that they had a mindset of struggle or anything like that. They didn't know anything different. It was completely, they were unaware that it could be any easier. And after talking and saying like, well, hey, my friends and I could help raise money and help you out a little bit. We could buy some of the jewelry. We could help provide a uniform for your child. And we got yeses. They said, yes, we would like that help. How can we sell more? How can we be more? How can we do the things to help us feel a little bit of relief? And so we did those things. And it was me and my friends at first. And I started Global Girl Life Foundation was what I called it to begin with, because I'm like, I'm out adventuring and I'm doing these things. But it became so much bigger. The more places I visited, the more I saw the similarities. And I could see that what we had in the United States, and sometimes we took it for granted, um, that we could actually take the extra money that we had and be able to help them just to get a little bit ahead, that they could take care of themselves again. So some people had, if you could just give them $35 and buy a piece of jewelry from them, it would change their child's life, because that would buy a uniform that put their kid into school for a year, that then in turn gave the mother an opportunity to think straight and be able to sell and not worry about where her child was. So this one $35 transaction could change the trajectory of a family for a year.
Wow.
And as we started to kind of look at that, I'm like, we can actually do more. And God put it on my heart. He's like, you're going to build schools. And I'm like, how in he has jokes. That's what I said. It's like, he's funny. He's got jokes. I'm not a contractor. I'm not a teacher. And I know nothing about building schools, like how am I going to do that? And a short 6 weeks after he put that on my heart, our first school was built. And so we learned a lot. We learned a whole lot. And that just propelled us to keep wanting to do it more because we could.
That's
And
amazing. It's just amazing. I commend you for doing that, and for all the people who have helped you along the way, because I know that you can't do this yourself. I know that it takes donors, it takes people shopping at auctions like we're doing today to help make it happen, because you can't do it alone. So I'm going to actually we'll do one more pass at the items, and then I would love to close, Shannon, and, just tell us what it is that you really want us to know about the foundation and how people can help. So let me move on real quickly to some of our last few products. There's the red crystal ring from Baccarat, which I mentioned before, which is absolutely beautiful. This is actually one of our best sellers on our website.
It's stunning.
And it's $1,200, and you can get it for $100 or more, depending on the bid, how many bids. And again, if you're just joining, 5 people get every single item. So the top 5 people that bid on it. So moving on to the next ones are, so with the popularity of the 4-piece jewelry mystery box, earring mystery box, we've added a 6 pair. And in this one, you get a combination of lots of different types of jewelry, small pieces, large pieces, gold, silver, and rose gold. The value of this is over $240, and the starting bid is $65. Again, all high quality. I put in things that were our best sellers from Christy Jean. Those are my favorite. I wear the gold ones and the silver ones almost every day. They're my go-to. And actually, there's a couple other here that are my go-to. Like there's what's called Druzy quartz, the little green ones in the middle. There's real abalone. There's real amethyst. Any stones that you see here, they're all genuine. And it's a mystery. So you're going to get an amazing pair. And the next ones, this one I love. This is called Alamco. These are actually handmade in the Philippines by families of young women, young girls who were caught up in the sex trafficking industry, who are now out. They've been rescued, and they're in homes where they're going to school, they're getting an education. And again, these were children. And so these earrings are handmade by their families to be able to keep them in school. And so they're absolutely gorgeous. And again, you're going to get 3 pair here. These are examples of the ones that you will get. And the starting bid is only $35. But that $35, it actually, $100 to this organization feeds and gives schooling to one young girl. So it's really an amazing organization, and we're so happy to help them. So it's a double gift. Not only are you going to help Alamco in this organization called the Alamco organization with the earrings, you will also help Boundless Foundation. So it's a double gift.
Beautiful.
Triple gift, because I say you're going to get a gift of the earrings as well. The next one is actually, again, donated by Roxbox. You're getting 6 pieces of jewelry. The beaded ones at the bottom are these Japanese beads that are amazing. They're donated by Soko, or by Aster. And then the 3-piece, these are 18 karat gold plated, 24 karat gold plated bracelets by Soko. And I paired them together because as I was playing around with what it's the whole merchant in me. I was playing around with what I thought would look great together. These actually look really, really amazing worn together. So you're getting 6 pieces, and the starting bid is only $60.
Jeannie, I would love to see this stacked with the gold Kendra Scott.
With the Kendra Scott ones too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
And then this is a 2-piece set. You're getting the earrings and the matching necklace. The earring size you can see on is, I think it's about 2 inches long in total. It's one of my favorite pair of silver earrings. I love them. Again, your starting bid is only $40. This was donated by Roxbox. And it's called the Chelsea earring set. And then I believe we're down to our last 2 items. This is actually donated by Talbot's. So you're getting 3 necklaces. They're long and short versions. So the one at the bottom is a shorter version that's a double layer, really, really gorgeous. And then there's an all gold one. This one, actually, you can wear a little bit shorter or long. And then the beaded strand, that's the larger piece. the value here is $125, and the starting bid is only $40 for three pieces. I used to be the senior vice president at Talbot's, and I know their quality is amazing. So, this is a really great one to bid on as well. And then the last one is, so I love pearls, and I love using pearls in the things that I make. So I'll just give you a little secret. All the top ones are ones that are handmade by me. That's the Christy Jean line. Some of the items in the bottom picture are Christy Jean, and then the little wine necklace where she's got the black top on, that I believe was donated by Aster. So there's going to be a combination of multiple different brands in here. You get 6 pieces, bracelets, earrings, and necklaces. And it's amazing. And it's for the woman who loves pearls. So with that, we're going to now, sorry.
So I was just going to say, that's also the June birthstone, right?
Yes,
and
yes,
so
it is.
if you're a Gemini, then that's a great gift, especially if you have a Gemini in your life. And pearls are always so beautiful and soft. And so they're elegant, and you can wear them every day or for special occasions.
Absolutely. So Shannon, what closing thoughts do you have for us? You've got such an amazing heart, and what you're doing is so wonderful. The fact that you just did it, you just did it. So share with us one last closing thoughts.
I think that what I would leave everybody with is, if there is even a thought of wanting to be involved or engaged, whether it's with us or with any other organization that is doing impactful things in the world, to take an action and reach out and do something about it when your heart starts calling that, because the fulfillment that comes from being able to help another person, another human being, is extraordinary. It's so reciprocal, and what you're giving, you get so much back. And if it's with us, by all means, we would love to have you, but just take the action. And instead of just thinking that your act is not big enough or it is not impactful enough, know that every single dollar counts, especially with an organization like ours, or like with gifting brands. And even some of the ones you heard about with today about human trafficking. That $35 for that set is going to impact the family of that child that has been put into school and is now safe. And so just take the action. If you have $1, if you have $35, if you have 3,500 or 35,000, every single dollar matters. And organizations like ours make sure that we push it to the limit. So know that your dollars are being spent wisely, and that they are going directly to the source of who needs them. And so I think it's just simple. Take the action, get involved, and feel in your heart what you have been waiting for your whole life.
Thank you, Shannon. And just to add on that as well, from a brand perspective, every donation of inventory, as you can see, makes a difference. So if you're a brand, and whether you're jewelry or apparel, if you have a brand and you want to showcase and donate some of your new items, this is a great way to do it, so that people can see that not only do you have a heart to give back, but you can show them some of your newest releases or fashions. But we also take excess inventory. And if it's not something that we can actually use on our website, I have connections with some of our charities that it can be used. So for example, I just worked with an organization recently that had product that we couldn't use, but the Family Place, which is a domestic violence shelter, they actually could use the product. So we funnel it to nonprofits that can use it. So I'm happy to work with you if you're a brand and want to donate inventory. So with that, Shannon, thank you so much for everything that you do. If you haven't gone and clicked the link above, you can see the QR code to go sign up for the auction and check out the items and bid. Whether you can either bid or you can do a straight donation. There are both options. Please go have fun. Looks like we still have about 7 hours left for the auction. Actually, that's Easter time, so 6 hours left. for the auction. So have fun, have a great rest of your evening, and take care. Thank you so much, and thank you for those that are putting comments. We appreciate that. Thank you, Kuhn. I just saw your note. We appreciate you all, and God bless. Take care.
Thank you, Jeannie. Bye, everyone. Happy bidding.